lot of things going on in our everyday life. Have any of you ever been in school? Have any of y'all ever held a job? Any of y'all ever been married?
Yeah.
Any of y'all got a driver's license?
Yeah.
In order to attain those things, and achieve those things, you have to follow some rules. You have to meet qualifications. You have to present yourself to be decent, and you have to know the proper order of things. And that's the same thing about being a member of the body of Christ, and being part of the church. So once you be baptized, your work doesn't end there. It's like we know at school, in our workplace, if we don't follow the rules and regulations and maintain a certain level, what do? They'll fire you, get rid of it. They'll kick you out. Your spouse might come to you and say they want a divorce. And when you're not meeting the qualifications and doing the things that it took to get that job. So I want to examine today how we should have proper order in the church so it can trickle to the outside. Because the world today is a world of confusion, chaos. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. And our foundation of the church is shaken. That's why it's really hard for us to recover right now. So we have to take a look at the church. I appreciate Gus's reading. He took on all 16 verses of 1 Timothy 3. And I'm glad he did because it was important. That's the reason why we have a list of qualifications all throughout 1 Corinthians about not only who's qualified to run the church, be in charge of the church, but we also have a list of qualifications for behavior. What's to be done in the church, what's the proper order of worship, and things like that. So you ever got time, just sit down and read 1 Corinthians all the way through, and you'll get a better understanding of why we do things the way we do in the Church of Christ. A lot of people want to argue about, well, the Church of Christ don't do this, the Church of Christ don't do that. They don't let women do this, and they don't let this happen. Why can't you do this, and why can't you do that? And if you just go to 1 Corinthians and read, it's right there. And I honestly believe in my heart, if we follow the order, things will be a lot better, not only in the church, but in this world overall. But one thing we must know and must figure out, as I asked one of the brothers, turn over to Romans 12 and get verse 9 and 10 for me. In Romans 12, 4 through 8, it outlines some of the things that we do in the church. Everybody is not responsible for the same role. Like, we all are part of this body, but we're different members of the body. We got different responsibilities. I appreciate Brother Williams' prayer. And when he mentioned Sister Foster, that lady, her role in our church, she would sit over there, and she was their grandmother figure. She was quiet, but dignified at the same time. She had this presence about her. She had a warm smile and a loving hug. Her role in our church was to show you what being faithful to the end is all about. It's like a Sister Palm. I think about her, the lady who passed away on her knees praying. Sometimes you can be a quiet leader in the church. Everybody doesn't have to be in front of the microphone. Sometimes your role might be the one who's running the camera, handing out the program, the one who's cooking in the kitchen, the one who's serving on the line when we have our Sunday fellowship meeting. You might be the one organizing the picnic. You might be the scripture reader. You might be the one that's just on the left or the right side of the communion table. We all play a part. There's no big eyes and little U's in this church. We're getting it all done. We're all doing it for one purpose. And that purpose, well, actually, there's a couple of purposes. One of the brothers got Romans 12:9. Read. 12:9? Yes, sir.
Romans 12:9 says, let love be without dissimulation.
Don't be a hypocrite. If we do everything we're supposed to do, if you're a teacher, teach. If you're a preacher, preach. If you're a cheerleader in the church, cheer. But do it out of love, and don't be a hypocrite.
Amen.
Don't say one thing, do another, or do it in the church and then go talking about somebody that you had to help.
Yes.
It wasn't you really helping, that was God allowing you to be there for them. If you look at it that way, you won't have to go back to, I get her a ride all the time. I had to help that brother in the church because you don't have to, people will see you, and the main one that sees you doing it, as long as you're doing it from the heart.
Amen.
Continue, Brother Fred.
And all of that which is evil.
You got to stay away from what's evil. Stay away from that mindset of thinking it's about you. When you get selfish like that, that's when those little thoughts start creeping into your head. When you start to think it's about you, and it's kind of scary when you get up here in this pulpit and you start to think it's about you, it will come out. It will reflect in your word, how you deliver, in your approach, and in your everyday life. responsibility and take on the call. He wants to break. He wants to break the men who lead in the church. He wants to snap those sisters who are active in the church because he hates seeing that. So evil's going to come your way. You have to push it away. Continue, Brother Fred.
Cleave to that which is good.
That's how you do it. You got to hold on to what's good. It's easier said than done. It's a cliche. I'm going to point out later how it's easier said than done. Okay, verse 10 for me, Brother Fred.
Be kind and affectionate to one another.
Yes.
And brotherly love.
There you go right there. Love.
Uh-huh.
Are you doing things out of love at the end of the day? Not only here at the church, do you do things out of love at work, at your home, where it all starts? Are you doing things out of love everywhere you go? Are you doing it to be seen, to throw it back at people later, or for your own night? Continue, Brother Fred.
And honor, prefer one another.
Now, right here, the church has an order that needs to be followed, and they need to be done decently in order for things to get done effectively. So you can really save souls in a righteous way. We talk about the 5 steps all the time, about hearing, believing, repenting, confessing, and being baptized. But how did you get there? Was a proper foundation laid in front of it? And a lot of people are coming into the church shaking. It's a, we can turn over to Isaiah 1. Or you want the brothers turn over to Isaiah 1. Now we're going to talk about the outside world. Because when things are shaking out there, guess what? It's going to have its effects inside the church. And yes, I'm about to be that brother that gets on us black folks. Last time I checked, I was black. Most of the people I encounter are African American descent. At least that's what they tell us they are. And that's the reason why I get on my people mostly, because that's who affects me most in my everyday life. You know, I look at society, what they target towards black people. Just stop and think for a moment. Because you look at the logo that I mocked of their Law and Order, for Decent and in Order. That's a quality television program. Pretty good show. Teach you how the elements of law work. You know, the process of arresting a criminal, then the process of courts. You know, it's a pretty entertaining show, well written. But most things that are targeted towards black people on television today is their reality TV stuff. I like to call it poison being pumped to our people's minds. Where you running watching, y'all can help me out here, Love and Hip Hop. With some other ones, don't act like y'all don't know. Oh, yeah, Insert City, yeah. What's some other ones come out? Y'all know y'all be watching. Oh, yeah, Scandal. Oh, Empire, make me think Empire. Yeah. And there's been churches that have moved their Bible study day so the ladies could go watch Scandal. Now they had to move back because they want to watch Empire on Wednesday nights. It's just beautiful how crucial, and they know they DVR. They were DVR in the heartland. But all these shows that are targeted towards the black community, they teach us about cheating, being unfaithful, being money hungry. They have to put some kind of gay element in there all the time. If you see a man in the lead role, usually he's pretty feminine or chasing men more than the women are. The women fight, they cuss, they argue, they're baby mamas, baby daddies, and this is normal to us. This has become normal to us. That's outlined in Isaiah because the Old Testament pretty much warned us. And, you know, God don't like that. We can assume that he don't like it, but let's read how he's going to treat it. So we start at, I say start at verse 2. Yes, Isaiah 1, verse 2.
Hear, O heaven, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken.
Okay, so like I said, he spoke to us and told us what he wants us to do. Let's see where we're paying attention, okay? Continue, Brother Fred.
I have nourished, I have brought you children, and they have rebelled against me.
He has brought us up as children. At one point in time, everybody that's sitting in here didn't know they was in this world. There's a little baby being held by Sister Williams right now. She don't know she's in this world. She's trusting in us to protect her and watch over her, to get her to a point where she can speak for herself and defend for herself. And Sister Taylor's holding it, the next generation, all them Taylor sisters look like. And they got those eyes. But you got to get to a point where you realize, hey, I don't like these folks. We don't know that right now. But let's continue, Brother Fred.
And they have rebelled. The ox knows his owner, and the donkey his master. Free. But Israel does not know, my people does not know and consider.
Okay, now pick up at verse 4. So we'll get into the meat of it.
And a sinful
it just a little bit. But thank God for social media and computers and stuff like that. It's just a click away. The funny part is the reason why it's just a click away because the evildoers are actually filming their evil. They're proud of it and they want to showcase it. It's not just black people. There's other races that do it too. But guess who seem like to be the leaders of it? The ones who are out there on the forefront of all this ignorance and evil. They look like me. They look like you. It's us, and we take pride in it. They want to go viral. They want to get some clicks on the computer. They want to get likes on Facebook. And they're not getting paid for this. That's the funny thing. They're not going to get a check from this. They just want the infamy. They think it's fame, but it's infamy. That's what they're after. That's what they're going for. And you got to wonder why. Why are we so poisoned in the mind? But we think that's a good thing. To commit a crime and record it. To get in a fight and record it. And there's always that one person that's going to follow you to the fight to record it. So they can make sure they get it. The other day, my nephews, bless their heart, they thought it was going to be a fight over where I live in Persian Park. They ran home to go get their phone so they go back and record. Nothing happened. They were disappointed. The fun thing, their mom was like, yeah, make sure you got recorded so we can post it. Really? Really? That was the most important thing at that moment in time in their lives. You know, they don't run to a book like that. They don't run to go do their homework like that. They don't go run to record a fight like that. It made me stop and think to myself as an uncle. Where have I fallen? So I'm walking away from the fight just in case it happens. I don't live over there. I'm coming to my mom's house, leaving the fight, and they're running in the opposite direction. So it makes you think, as the generation that preceded them, where did we go wrong? Continue, Brother Fred.
They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel to anger. They are gone a way back.
This generation is backwards, but it just didn't turn on a dime like that. This was a process. My generation started it. Maybe the generation before that kind of started to turn. Where did that turn happen? You know, we look at, Muhammad Ali, that generation from the 60s, who fought for civil rights. Did we start turning once they signed the Civil Rights Act back in 1964? Are we done? Did we like, okay, we good now? We made it? We made it to the mountaintop? I could have sworn Martin Luther King said we still had a ways to go. So when did we quit? When did we drop the ball? When did we start turning backwards and away from Christ and from the Lord and His way? Continue to go.
Why should we be stricken anymore? You have revoked more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint.
Now, the reason why we're in so much turmoil, especially as a people, is up here. That spiritual heart, that mind. We say that Christ is the head of the church here, which He should be. And when He's the head of something, it's going to be led in the right direction, be pure. But let's look at the head of our households. Let's look at the head of our workplaces and the things that we venture as black people. Who are our leaders in our community? Stop and think about that for a second. Back at one point in time, we had some strong leaders overall who actually worked for the change, progressive change, and doing things in the right way. We had strong leaders, men and women. Now we look at our leaders, it seems like they have to just get a paycheck. They only run to a cause when there's some money involved, but they can get some kind of glory out of it for themselves. You know, we had this Black Lives Matter movement, and they're some of the most violent people out there. It's not all of them, but they have enough out there acting foolish where it hurts the cause. People think it's worthless. And then they lock in and it hurts them more than it helps them. Who are our leaders now in the black community? Who are the ones leading our households? Stop and think about it for a second. Continue, Brother Fred.
From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it.
Continue.
For the wounded and bruises and the petrified soul, they have not been clothed, neither bound up, neither modified for the punishment.
Now, that right there is a metaphor for the condition that we're in as a people, black people. We're hurt right now. You can see it. We're bruised up, we got some wounds, we cut, we bleed. And we're not even taking time to heal. We're not doing the proper things to heal as a people. We just picking up the same sores and reopening the same scabs over and over again. We even messing up some of the things that were done by the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, the Muhammad Ali's. A lot of people didn't realize how important he was to the civil rights movement until he passed away. And they saw what he did as a man outside of the boxing ring. You know, he fought for a lot of rights. You know, he did it in the Muslim faith, but he fought for human rights and human decency. And a lot of what he has done has been gone for the sake. You know, and God allowed these men and women to do these great things. Rosa Parks, you can name it. Keep naming for Sojourner Truth. Let's go back to even Harriet Tubman, who will be honored on the $20 bill soon. And it seems like everything that these people did is just being wiped away by us today. And then we open up those wounds again, and then we create new wounds that are just festering out and just bleeding everywhere as a people. We are bloody right now, black people. We are very bloody right now.
Amen.
Continue.
Amen to that. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire.
Well, in this scripture, it's burned with fire. In the black community, it's burned with gunfire. We shoot each other to solve our quarrels. Then the next person got to give revenge, because you can't just take out my brother or my boy. Or we ain't going out like that. So I got to shoot you now. Then the next person got to shoot the next person. It's a slow burn when you pull that trigger. It's a slow burn. It keeps going and it keeps going. Nobody has enough intelligence to just stop it. That's how we burn each other now. Continue, Brother Fred.
Your land, strangers have devoured in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers.
Now this is how we want to work this metaphor here. You said strangers have devoured your land. When you go shopping in your black communities, who owns the stores? Do they look like you? No. When you go buy your hair, I get on hair. When you go buy your hair, who's selling it to you? When you go get your gas, who's selling it to you? In your community, in your backyard, where you had a chance to own these things and be the entrepreneurs and be the ones in control, not even control them. And you treat them with more respect than you do your own people. So those strangers have taken over your land, and they want to see you stay where you are, because hey, that's their money maker. Once again, I say think about it. Continue.
And the daughter of Zion is left as a carpet in a vineyard, as a lounge in a garden of cucumber,
Continue.
as a seed city.
And Brother Fred, drop down to verse 13.
Bring no more vain oblation, incense, and abomination unto me.
There you go right there. A lot of us, you know, we run the church every Sunday and some Wednesdays, and we bring these frugal offerings or sacrifices to the throne of God. So because we're really not serving and doing what we're supposed to be doing, so we put on this show. We be the ones that be hollering in Christ's name, and when we think we better than somebody, when we get in their presence, then we want, you know, those are the people that you see wearing their church outfit 24 hours on Sunday.
Amen.
They could have been home changed by now, put on some more comfortable shoes, but they want you to see that they've been to church. Got a three-piece suit on. That's the person that when you wake up on Sunday morning, if you're into Facebook and all that stuff, they got a scripture and this and that. But just a couple nights ago, they might have had some club photos on there. Or somebody tagged them in some photos of them turning up and everything like that. They think when they pop that verse up or they run to church, that they really showing Christ that they love him, that they showing God that they love him. That sacrifice he's not pleased with. Drop down to verse 21. And this is going to break it down to how he's going to be displeased with us and what's going to happen to us. Verse 21.
Now if the faithful city becomes an heart.
Now, let's say a city has been good. Memphis is a blessed city. You know, we talk about that bluff all the time. Has it saved us from storms that jumped over us and passed our way. We got a church almost on every corner. You know, I don't care what the name is. Somebody worshiping and praying to the Lord in the city. We got the best water in the world. I like to say we got the best barbecue in the world. We got some of the best hospitals in the world. I love Memphis, Tennessee. So I can list everything good about Memphis, Tennessee. I love my hometown. But if I'm going to be honest with myself, I can list what's bad about my city as well. I know we're the home of where Dr. King was assassinated. I know that at one point in time, we were the number one most balanced city in America. And we stay in the top 5 consistently. And we take some pride in it for some reason. I'm from North Memphis. I'm from South Memphis. I'm from Binghamton. We think that's supposed to scare people. We take pride in that foolishness and throwing out our hood, per se. So once a city that was so blessed and so good, and still have a lot of those blessings, but they've been pressed down and suppressed by the bad. So when things turn for the worse, guess who's paying attention? They continue, Brother Fred. protecting us or getting justice for us. So it's like it's a balancing act. Once again, it goes back to decent and in order. Your mental qualifications to get the job, keep doing those things to do the job. And we'll treat you with respect. You treat us with respect. It's a give and take relationship. Now people see cops as a problem, as an issue, and they ain't scared. They'll shoot at them. When I was coming up, you respected a cop. You actually looked at them as heroes when you saw that uniform. Now you see that uniform, you don't trust them. You're scared of them. And let me get them before they get me. It's the mindset. So we think of them as murderers. Like they might see us as murderers. Continue.
And silver is become dry.
It's rubbish. Continue.
The wine mixed with water.
I hope I want to mix with water here in Memphis. So sometimes I wonder what's in the water here. You know, we got the best water in the world, but sometimes you know, whatever we drink, got us going crazy here in Memphis, Tennessee. Continue.
The princes of rebellion.
Our young men, they sagging pants, tattoos, and rims, and attitude problem. They showing the chariot that they ride. Don't come mess with me. They let you know that they packing heat. Don't come mess with me. They are rebellious. And then here's the worst part. They're looking for nice young ladies to corrupt. And the sad part is, it seems like those young ladies are willing to go to them to be corrupt. So those rebellious young men are coming in your home. Continue.
And a companion of thieves.
We all had something stolen from them. Your house broken into, your car broken into.
Amen.
You ain't the only one. Your church been broken into. Workplace, all these things. Continue.
Everyone loves his gifts and follow after reward.
Everybody wants objects. You know, you can bribe anybody. They just put something, you know what they like, is just hang in front of their face. They'll turn from everything that's right and go run and do that wrong. Continue.
Amen.
Everyone loves his gifts and follow after reward. They judge not their fathers, neither does they cause of the widow coming to them.
You know,
Unto them.
you know, at one point in time, we used to protect our children, and especially a lady that was, you know, she had no husband, because she had a husband at one point, and she lost that husband. Now we have baby moms. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. And then with the government doing what they're doing to subsidize those households, now people kind of see the lady with children, they see her in a different light now. They don't feel sorry for her. Actually, they're angry at her. They get mad at her on the first of the month when she's pushing a big shopping cart, or maybe two, full of food. And, you know, and I had to go work hard and buy my little groceries. I walk around with this little hand basket, trying to count up $40 worth of groceries. You just tossing stuff in willy-nilly, name brand and all that. So now we kind of look at her a little bit differently. But there's a difference between a widow and a baby mom. But at the same time, if we are Christians, who are we to try to judge that woman and that child? We're supposed to be there to try to help rear that child, especially if you in that family and that child's life, be there for that child. Fulfill your role as an uncle, as a grandfather, as a family friend. I'm talking to the men right now, because that's where our order is going, out of place in the black community. We don't have men who lead our household. Brother Gus read to our hearing. You know, sometimes you have to step up and substitute, because it's not always going to be a traditional picture-perfect family. So if you're a man and you see a need there, step in and be there. And you need to be of a good example. You walk around with your pants sagging, there's nothing worse than seeing a 45-year-old man with his pants sagging.
Amen.
And why? And they got the nice little beer gut to accompany the sagging pants. Like, you really need to pull your pants up on so you can look decent. Look decent. That decent is the first part of that. When we're not decent as the older generation, how can I come up and tell you to do something? And that 45-year-old man is the main one trying to fight and do this and that, being a womanizer and all that stuff. So how can he show a young lady what she needs to look for in a man later on? How can he teach a man to be a man? Where did we go wrong? I asked that question yet again. We'll continue, Brother Fred.
Therefore says the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will cease me from my adversary and avenge me from my enemy.
And basically the good Lord's going to take us out sooner or later. I want you to drop down to verse 28. He's going to come down on us hard if we don't change our ways soon. If we don't turn from our sinful ways, it's going to come down on us. It's going to come down on us hard. We've been spared as a city several times. You know, we ain't been hit by no big tornado, no big storm, no, that earthquake that we all been waiting on. It can be calm if we keep this up. Okay, Brother Freddie, verse 28.
And destruction of the transgressor and of the sinner shall be together.
See, I don't care who you are. I'm the good one. When the earth starts shaking and stuff, it's not like he's going to elevate you off the ground and like, okay, you good. No, you're going to be on the ground while it's shaking. And the hole might open up. You might be the first one to fall in. But I'm the good one. Look, no, falls up. Because I know you might be the good one, but what have you done to try to make things better overall? Did you just fold your arms and say, I'm tired of these people and walk off? Did you stop trying? Did you stop living a good example out for everybody to see? Did you just throw your hands up and say, forget it, I can't deal with this anymore? But just remember, we all gonna go down together. You know, the person who's sinned against you and all that, we all going down together in that destruction. They continue, Brother Fred.
And they that forsake the Lord should be consumed.
It's been times where I know we doubt the Lord. Don't act like you have. We question him. But there's been some people who dare cuss him out and don't believe in him anymore. And never have really believed in him. And shun him and just say, to heck with him. I don't need him. He don't need them of us. He gave us everything that we have and that we obtain. He's blessed us with that. But when you're going to forsake the one who created you, the one who put breath in your body, the one who blessed you with what you're blessed with, you think he's going to take that lightly? And then especially those who are claiming to be stewards of his word and false pretenses, you think he's cool with that? No. You're going to really see them suffer. They continue.
For they shall be ashamed of the oath which ye have desired.
Continue.
And you shall be confounded for the God that you have chosen.
And basically, this saying at the end of the day, every one of us got a garden. And what's growing in your garden? Do you have a beautiful garden with luscious fruits and vegetables growing in where people can come and share and enjoy your fruits? Or do you got that dried up, crumbled, hard, rocky soil that nothing grows from? What do we see from your field? What do we see from your garden? Is it producing anything worthwhile that's helpful that can feed the masses? As we got a garden, thanks to Sister Ingram, growing right before our eyes, it's springing up just like that. That's a beautiful metaphor for what we should be doing. We must be on some blessed soil, some fertile soil, some fruitful soil, because we see it in that right there. And I'm sure Brother Hill can tell you, you got to cut this grass, it grows so fast. We don't water, do we water grass here? Yeah, and look at it, and it just get plush. He'll tell you. So we on some fruitful, fertile ground here at the Original Church of Christ. And in a couple of weeks when we have our picnic, we'll see that. But yeah, it seems like everybody come when we have fun. So I'm sure we're gonna see some faces we hadn't seen in a while. We're just gonna hug them and love them when we see them. And we'll be glad to see that they're still on this side, not on the other side. And conclude verse 31 for me. 31, yes.
And the strong shall be as a toe, and the maker of it as a spark, and they shall both burn together, and none shall quench them.
So if your garden is dry, it's flaming. It can catch on fire just like that. And if my garden is near yours, I'm going to burn too. It's going to take a second, but it's going to get over to me and burn me eventually. So I know y'all can think about that metaphor in your life. If you hold on to a person that is straight away from the Lord, sinning, and you keep trying to help them, next thing you know, you might be getting a knock on your door in the middle of the night from Shelby County Sheriff saying, we're looking for such and such. You might get that phone call that your loved one's been murdered in the middle of the street because they didn't turn away from their sin in enough time. So what I'm urging everybody here is start thinking about, what you do. Like I said earlier, once you get baptized, it's not over. You took the 5 steps to get in. Now you got to do those 5 things to keep your qualification up, to make sure you are a fruitful part of this body of Christ. Now, I went to Sister Margie Shaw and Sister Virginia Taylor earlier. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but I was going over the 5 acts of worship and I was missing one. And I was missing the most crucial one, just wouldn't come to my mind. I even did it this morning. I was like, what is it? And Sister Shaw said, prayer. There you go right there, prayer, the foundation of it all. So yeah, I forgot prayer. But quick course real quick, everybody. What are the 5 things we must do to remain in Christ. Okay, let's stand on. So we pray. What else do we do? Worship. Give. Sing. Study. What's this down here? Community. So let's do a quick examination of those things and apply it to the outside world. Okay, I'll start with singing first. A lot of people don't come to the Church of Christ because we don't have instruments and things like that to keep them entertaining thoroughly throughout the service. Are you really coming to church for entertainment or for the word? But I digress. So when you are in your car at home, what are some of the songs you're listening to? Ask yourself that. What are your kids listening to? What are they singing? Can you quote all those new up-to-date songs, the unedited version? Are you up there, you can quote it word for word. That's what you put into your everyday life. Think about it for a second. So if your 2-year-old, they don't know how to start spelling night, but they can do the quorum. Did I say that right, the quorum? That's what it is. Don't act like y'all don't know. I'm like XR. This is the quorum. Okay, see, I got confirmation there. Thank you. They can do the quorum. You gotta ask yourself, what are you doing in your household? It's good for that child to learn, have fun. Don't get me wrong, but let's make sure they learn how to spell their name, maybe how to count and all that stuff. But they start learning about the age of 2 or 3. You don't want your kid being up there in kindergarten dumb. That's a reflection on you, not the child. Okay, giving. Where are you giving your time? Where are you giving your money to? Think about it for a second. What do you give your most effort and energy towards? Is it work? Is it some things that you might not want to announce in front of a church member? So where do you really give? And then, when God gives you an opportunity to give what you prosper, are you really doing it? And then you're doing it from a genuine place. So yeah, it's not only the acts of worship, remain in Christ, not only when we come here on Sunday, it's what we need to be doing every day. So stop and think about it for a second. Where are you really putting your money towards, your time and effort towards? Communion. I will equate that to eating. So what do you put in your body? Physically, what do you put in your body? As black folks, we got a bad reputation. We put things in us that lead us towards diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure. Our white brothers, they live to be in their 70s. I'm talking to us men now. I think black men, we put 65 on average. Not just the bullets killing us. Sometimes it's the hog moths and chitlins that are killing us as well. And how we take a healthy thing like the green, a healthy vegetable, and then we drop something called fat back in it. We're literally putting fat, and then it turns into a meat. I ain't gonna lie, it tastes delicious. I'm gonna give it some good cornbread. Oh, it tastes good. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, smoked turkey leg works just as well. Smoked turkey leg works every once in a while. When your head start hurting and swimming, you realize, okay, maybe I need to cut back on certain things. But what are we putting in our body on a daily basis? Just junk food, candy, and stuff like that. We write in our teeth so we can't smile when we see people. This and that. What are we really putting into the grease and all that kind of stuff? We make fun of people who try to eat healthy and all that kind of stuff. And eating healthy don't mean you gotta be walking around all skinny, this and that. It's just help your heart beat a little bit better, not have to work so hard. And we having some health scares around here at Ridge Grove. We need to start thinking about what we put in our body so we can heal itself. Study. Okay. What are we studying in our area? What are some of the things that we pay attention to? Look at religiously. I don't use that term lightly. Like we talk about those television shows. Are you the one that has to be in front of the TV watching a certain show at a certain time? Like mine is Jeopardy. 3:30 every day. I'm trying to watch Jeopardy. I would stop doing what I'm doing at work, take my breaks on my Jeopardy. I like Jeopardy. Now in the past, I watched some other stuff that I ain't too proud to admit that I used to watch it, like Flavor of Love and stuff like that. So it used to come on Sunday morning. It was a couple times I contemplated missing service because I wanted to see who's gonna get eliminated next. Then I realized, okay, it comes on at 8 o'clock at night. I'll just wait. This is before they hit the internet spoilers and all that kind of stuff. And you guarantee you, 8 o'clock, I was in front of VH1 watching those ladies after food. I'm watching Flavor Flav and watching it religiously. So that's what I was putting into my brain and into my mind. That was my focus was on. So what's some of the other things that you focus on? Like sometimes it be sports. Man, some people, they can break down every detail of the NBA Finals right now. And when NFL season comes along, there's fantasy leagues and stuff like that, that consumes your time. It starts off as a good thing, but then it becomes an obsession. It becomes a thing where it's just, your life is just predicated on it. For some people, are you studying the books on horses so you can bet on horse racing? things like that. So all of a sudden your fun stuff becomes your passion, which is then turn it over to a sin. Because now you consume with it, it's taking you from other things. It's making you greedy for that stuff. So what are you studying and putting into your mind, into your spiritual heart every day? This is taking you and pulling you away from your family, pulling you away from Christ. Think about it. And prayer. Now we know the act of prayer is going to the Lord, talking to the Lord. So I say with this, what are you truly desiring? What do you really want out of your life? What do you truly hope for and wish to attain? You know, everybody, I know we all holler this term, for the Lord knows my heart. He knows what, yes, he does. So he knows what you truly want and what you truly desire. You can't fool him. You can fool us, but you can't fool him. So where's your heart really going towards every day when you wake up? Now, I ain't gonna dive too deep into that because I have to examine myself and see where my heart is going every day. Sometimes I want what's best for my fellow man, and there's a lot of times I want what's best for Thomas. It's about Thomas right now. You know, but God will own me. You know, I went a month without running because my leg was hurting. I went a month without a car. And just had to sit there on my hands and wonder when I'm going to get my car back. You know, no transportation, no wheels, and I'm a journalist, and I'm this and that. Need to be here, need to be there. And I had to depend on the Lord to send some people in my life, like my mom and my best friend, Adasa, to help me out and see me through it. And like I told my mom last night, that turned out to be a huge blessing. Because I spent time with my mom that I normally wouldn't. Those mornings, rides to her job to drop her off so I can keep her car and go to work, do my job. We'll talk and just chat. We'll stop by Brian's on Summer Avenue. Okay, that goes back to put bad stuff in your body. Man, that grease and butter is delicious. So every once in a while, treat yourself to some butter. Y'all been there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know I ain't lying. That food is delicious. But we up there snacking on hot biscuits. I told you it was good. I'm like, yes, it is. So I treated her the next time. But I wouldn't have had those moments if I just had my car. I've been status quo. I wake up, get my car, go to work. Don't even see my mom. To be honest with you, sometimes I don't even think about you. I think about I gotta get to work. The deadline coming up, this and that. But I hate to think about you those days, and you right there waiting on me. Then later on in the week, Hadassah got it. She can't drive. So I walk down to her truck, towards the passenger side, she looking at me through the window. What you doing? I'm like, what you doing? She's over there waiting on me. I gotta drive you to work. So I drive her to work, drop her off, then I go to the gym, do my normal routine. Not skipping a beat. I go pick her up. And she said, okay, just drop me off at the house. I go to work, I'll see you later. That's a blessing. And I got time to bond with her and little Tierra. So when bad things come your way, for those who are truly faithful to the Lord, it will turn out to be a blessing. So don't always cry and get mad when it seems like things are going bad in your life. Because he's slowing you down for a reason. He's keeping you away from something for a reason. But he's also might be reconnecting you with something for a reason. Then you realize what's important in your life, family, and your loved ones. Because like we saw yesterday with Sister Fawcett, we are leaving here. We're not going to be here forever. So are you fulfilling your role when Christ gives you a chance? She fulfilled her role as a mother during that time. You know, Adasa fulfilled her role as a best friend at that time. And I pray to God that I return the favor when my time comes. So as I conclude, we talked about maintaining your qualifications to remain decent and in order. But those 5 steps to coming in are so crucial. You know, do you hear the word? That's Acts 15:7. So when you're hearing the word, you got to ask yourself this question. What are you truly taking pride of hearing as a people? We take pride in hearing gossip. We got to know the latest joke. We got to be in on stuff like that. We even like hearing about deaths. We just like to hear about bad things as a people. Not just talking about black people, I'm talking about everybody in general right now. But do we want to hear the word that's going to bring us to the faith? So what are we truly listening to? What do we want to hear? The next thing you have to do is believe. Mark 16:15 to 16. So what do we believe in? As black folks, we like to believe in superstitions. My whole life, I've not been able to wash my clothes on the last day of the year, on the first day of the year. Because according to my mom, I'm going to wash the loved one out of my family. But, Mom, people been dying in our family anyway. So can I wash my clothes this year? Okay, the look on my face says it all. But we have our superstitions as black folks. You know, I ain't gonna lie, when I run in the morning and I see a crack, I jump over because I don't want to break my mom's back. I'm gonna twist my ankle a couple times doing it, but I don't want her to, And I get to call my back hurting, baby. I'm like, oh. So yeah, we all believe in something. You know, we believe in being hard as people. We take more pride in our criminal record than our academic record as black people. There's some people who went to graduations over the past month. I guess I know. Grandmas and moms and dads and granddads are proud, but the rest of them, But let Tyrone get out of prison. It's on. Everybody's showing up. It's time to have fun. And then Tyrone is proud of the family because he did 9 years. I only got a few scratches on all them tattoos. So we like to think that we are. And one more thing about believing. As black folks, why do we believe that when something is attributed to us as black people, it has to be negative? Like twerking, things like that. To be black is to be negative in society's eyes. White people and everything like that. Man, it is acting like black folks. Do what black folks do. You never heard a white person say this before. Well, black people do it too. We say that when we try to justify when we doing something stupid. White people do it too. Let's not worry about what they're doing, let's worry about what we're doing. And they shouldn't worry about what we're doing. Everything negative is already on us. We steal, we lie, we this and that, we the bad, we the welfare, kings and queens and all that kind of stuff. They got more by number. But who's the face of it? Who they put on TV? All the time, just like us. Repenting. Acts 17:30. What do we really turn away from as black people? I tell you what we turn away from. We turn away from church. It gets a little too hard, waking up all the time, getting here on time, sitting and listening to a boring sermon, reading and studying the word, getting here on Sunday school, and actually participating in a healthy discussion about the word. It challenges your spiritual mind. Coming on Wednesday nights, okay, come for the food is okay for a while, but I ain't gonna even come for that after a while. We turn away from church. We turn away from schools. We drop out like we know about business. We get a little too hard. I have to study. I actually got to make a good grade. Then you want to go later on in life when you have children, and it's their turn to be learning. But now you want to compete with your own children, taking money and time away from them because you didn't do what you were supposed to do before they got here. We turn away from family and friends. When they need us most, we don't want to be bothered with them. But when we need them, they better be there for us. We turn away from work and responsibility. That's what we turn away from as people. So when we repent, we seem like we repent from good things and things that's meant to help us and make us better. Why are we going to start repenting from those things like a stampede down Bill Street? Or shooting into a crowd because you mad at somebody, thought you saw somebody that snitched on you a couple years earlier. We're going to turn away from that and repent from that. Then confess. Confess Christ, Matthew 20, 32 and 33. Would we like to confess? All you gotta do is turn on the computer or take somebody's phone and look what their last status or post was. Do you see what we like to confess as a people? And we like to justify our wrong. And some of like the oldest cliches in the world, God knows my heart. Yeah, we hide behind, that's when we confess Christ. All of a sudden when we try to justify our wrong. God knows my heart. You know what I meant. Really? That's when you want to confess Christ, when you're trying to justify how you just hurt your mom, your brother, your sister, sometimes even yourself. So really stop and think about when you confess Christ. And lastly, but being baptized, Acts 2:38. So my last question for y'all, I hope I got y'all thinking a little bit. Why did you get baptized? It's a serious question. Why did you get baptized? Like Brother Wood always said, a lot of us went down in the water, just got wet. So why did you get baptized? Was it because Mama did it, Daddy did it? Because you wanted to take the cracker and drink the juice? Was it because you felt peer pressure? Or because you thought it was something you're supposed to do? Where you truly took those 4 steps into baptism and when you dipped into that watery grave? So stop and ask yourself that question. That's the foundation right there. That's the bridge that leads you to those 5 things that we must do to remain in Christ. That grip, that part in the middle, that's the baptism. So if you ain't got no thumbs, you can't grip anything. So think about your thumbs. And the one that we know is a thumb is baptism. So just think about it. I appreciate y'all listening for your time today. I just hope that something got you thinking, that I said got you thinking, because we need to get better as a people. We need to get things decent and in order. Thank you.
Amen.